liner gel because it's a little pigmented, there's not really a lot of it. And I'm just gonna go right down the middle here with the dark color first. I like to use less of the dark color because if you're blending the color, the dark color is definitely gonna be more powerful. So you don't want too much of that, so it'll overtake the lighter color. I always put less of the darker color before I go to the lighter color. So I do this nice Tiffany blue here. It's a lighter color here. And I'm using a white background. You can use a nude or natural color you want. Because remember, once you go over the sides, it's gonna go, the blue's gonna invade over the light blue, and of course it's gonna overtake it, okay? So I personally like using light colors with less of it, because I'll be blending left to right. I'm just gonna get a little bit of art palette. I'm gonna use a little bit of let's do a top coat this time. I'm usually use matte, but let's do a top coat. What this does is it allows me to kind of wet my brush to make sure it's nice and smooth. If you're using the gel polish bottle, then that's fine. So I'm gonna do the ombre style with the ombre brush this time, okay? Let me show this clear for you guys. So I'm just gonna get my ombre brush. I'm gonna get a little bit of wet. I'm not gonna soak it, and let's pre-blend this real quick. Okay, just gonna pre-blend, and you gotta clean your brush in between whenever you make contact, and that's when you're gonna be brushing through. And it's very important you do brush strokes, okay? Now the ombre brush is a little bit soft at the tip. I can't get a focus on this. There you go. So it's a little bit soft on the tip. See how I'm cleaning my brush down here before I go up? You have to remember, when you're doing this, you can't stop midway or you'll have unevenness. You can't really do the brush strokes all the way through, okay? See, I gotta be careful. And you really got, I'm gonna bring the dark one over a little bit more because I kind of got a little bit of white light over there. And you just gotta, at some point, be satisfied with what you got and cure it. I'm happy with that, you know? The more you work with it, the worse it's gonna get. That's your base layer. You're gonna cure this about 60 seconds. Probably. Now the key to this is when we're making our French. And as you notice, we're not using too much of the color. So the reason why I use top coat, a lot of you guys are asking me when I do my tutorial, is because these brushes I'm using, they're gonna be dry. So I wanna make it wetter so that it's gonna be a little bit easier for me to drag through. It gives me a smoother surface so that I'm not really grabbing onto too much of the brush is not gonna absorb onto the gel polish, but it's gonna glide over the gel polish so it doesn't absorb onto it, you know what I mean? If you use a dry brush, it's gonna absorb onto the gel polish, it's gonna drag the gel polish through, removing too much. So after we've cured our first ombre. And we're gonna do the reverse, and we're gonna be doing the darker on the left side and the right side. So I'm gonna create my French with this. You don't have to. You can paint it the whole nail if you want to. I'll show you guys that way too, and then you can remove it later. Now because of my gel liners are very pigmented, I don't need a thin coat. A lot of times you guys run into issues where you're using too much gel polish and it's just, you know, wrinkling on you. That could be an issue too, just be careful, okay? So now we'll do the reverse with the lighter color on the left side, okay? You see how it's in reverse now? And we'll repeat the same process over again. Let's do the premix. Let me honest with you, this is one of the designs where you can't try to make it perfect. I guarantee you it's not gonna work. Well, this ombre brush allows us to get a little bit, the bristles are gonna be a little bit more smoother. And I have to go through, with the brush strokes. And I'm actually happy with that. So I'm just gonna keep it like that. I'm telling you right now, this design is definitely one of those things where you're just gonna be content with. The more you try to fix it, the more you try to make it perfect, it's just gonna get worse and worse. So, you know, here I'm gonna clean my brush, and I'm just gonna drag over this polish over here, so you can fill in this gap. That's fine. And you can use the flat end of the brush here to kind of clear up the French a little bit. finish. You're just gonna clear this, and you have your vertical French. Now, that's one way to do it. Now I use the ombre brush there. I'm gonna do the same thing again, but I'm gonna use the flat end. See which one works best for you. I feel like if you're still new at doing this, I feel like using the ombre end is a little bit easier for you. It's softer, you know, it allows you to do the brush strokes a little bit easier compared to the flat brush, but the flat brush will give you better results. The flat brush will mimic the polish itself, and you be the judge of that. Like I said, every one of these, every time I do this, it's not gonna be the same, you know. So you be the judge of it. So we'll do the same color again, just so we get the same results. And instead of using the ombre brush, I'm using the flat brush, okay? Like always, I'm gonna paint my dark color. And whichever, if you're left-handed, of course, you can work from the left to right. I like to use, I'm right-handed, so I'm working right to left. And I put the dominant color, less of it, okay? I don't want to put too much of the dominant color here. The last thing you want to do is you want to have a nice blend in the middle and not one color overtaking the other. And also be careful when using colors that where two colors will form a third color. It can really, see, so I use less of the lighter color here. Gives me like room for me to blend over. Alright, so we're going to do a pre-blend. So I use this ombre brush just for the pre-blend version. I'm just going to squiggle right there. It just gives it a pre-blend. Now I'm going to get my flat brush. This is the flat end, okay? Remember, this is going to be a more full brush, but it'll give you more brush strokes. It's got top to bottom. This actually gives me more control, but also it moves more. So I'm going to clean my brush in between, and I'm going to give myself a little bit more of that top coat, and I'm going to go right up and down. You have to have the brush motion. And as you guys probably noticed, this will give it a little bit of a better blend, right? It's clean, right? But it's definitely harder, okay? Because the brush is going to be more firm, so you're going to have really, really good control. If you don't have good control, it's just going to drag everything through. I really want to fix this part right here, but I'm really content with what the blend looks like right now, and I'm not gonna take my own advice and just, you know, hear that real quick. I always do that, you know, like I said. And this is the first one from the ombre version. I'm gonna top coat it, and then you guys can decide. Use mine. Yeah, let's do the top coat. Which one you like better? And I'll do a fruit trending style also. As you can see, this one has a little bit more streaks because of the ombre brush. Okay, so this is my, so we do the reverse, and instead of doing the French only, I'm gonna do the whole nail again, okay? So the bottom layer is right here, and I'm gonna do the whole nail again. Like I said, there's a few ways to do this, and I feel like a certain way for a beginner to learn with the ombre brush first. I know it won't look as perfect, but what it does is it gets you that good practice for the blending. So when you do move on to the actual like flat brush where it's gonna be more firm and requires more control, you'll be able to get it easier, okay? Like I said, from left, and I'm going left to right, and I'm gonna do the dark. And you have to do these thin. You can't do too much gel polish because remember, you're building 2 layers of gel polish already. If you do too thick, it's gonna bubble on you, wrinkle on you, and you don't want to run into that issue, okay? I'm just doing lives. How you guys doing? Can you use a sponge to blend? Yeah, you can do too. I'll probably do a sponge technique some other time. This time I'm just gonna use my ombre flat. So these are the new ombre flats. I have taken review and then I have revamped the style to make the brushes more thick. Hope you guys really like it. They're a little bit different from the original ones. Like I said, I'm always improving my products. Nothing's gonna be, I take, you know, reviews from my content creators. So grab me a little bit of top coat, and I'm gonna rinse and repeat the same process again. So I get my brush strokes. Ooh! See that? I kind of went in a weird angle there. Brush strokes are important. So I'm just gonna try to fix this real quick, like going left to right. Get more of the light blue. Okay, me happy. I'm happy. Okay? Hey Edgar, how are you? Hey Renee, how are you? You did that so easily, thank you. I mean, it just takes time to practice. The brushes are very important, guys. And feel free to ask questions, guys. This is where the time to hit that share button for me, please. Share on your page. Get it out there, you know, never know who's gonna be out there watching, okay? So now, this is unclear. I'm gonna get a little bit of acetone. And I'm actually gonna switch over to my oval brush for the cleaning up process because this is a more square brush. This is the new oval brush I got restocked to, Oval 3D. This is the oval end, and this is the 3D end. And I'm just gonna get some acetone, and this is like removing French. You know what? Let's do something fun. We already did the French earlier. Let's do something more fun here. First, you're just gonna remove. And it'll reveal the base layer. You don't want too much acetone, okay? Just get the brush with acetone because you want it nice and crisp. Sometimes the acetone will eat into the design too, okay? And this gel liner I have right here is very, very nice and medium, so it's not runny. As you can notice, it won't run over the place. And pretty much you can play with this however you want. Whatever design you feel like you want to do. Yeah, I'm gonna go straight across right here. Yeah. This is some like abstract-y stuff. I'll be honest, the flat brush blend definitely did it justice. I recommend practicing with the ombre first, just so you can get the design done, make some money. You know what? I'm gonna take my detail toothbrush out. This brush is actually out of stock, but this is what the brush is made for, really. Finer details here. Gotta be really light handed with this. I'm just gonna put some stripes here that reveal the nails, reveal the design. This design gives it kind of an illusionary look. Isn't that cool? Your brush made me feel like a pro. First time applying acrylic powder, the brush is so wonderful. Thank you so much, Omelette. I know, like I said, all my products that I use, you know, the products that I sell, I use myself, guys. You guys remember, I'm also on Delta. So I'm just gonna clear that. I'm happy with that, where it is. Candy cane one? Ooh. Huh. Let's see. Let's grab some red. Red and white. Candy cane. Got a candy cane request, y'all. Y'all want to see candy cane? It's too early for Christmas. Too early for Halloween. Let's do some nudes. It's too early for Christmas. I'll do that after Halloween, okay? Let's do some nudes. Let's do some brown, burgundy. Burgundy brown. It's fall. Ooh, okay. Let's do burgundy and brown. Candy corn. So we're gonna go ahead and just top load this. think brown. I think everyone wants to see brown. Now the brush is very important for these designs, guys. Okay, we need to. I can't reiterate that more. Sometimes when it comes to art, you're required to use a certain. Let's go brown. I like brown. Since I'm using the flat brush version, I'm probably going to go right in the middle. I recommend not using a clear tip for this design. Sometimes when you're removing stuff, the clear tip kind of just... These two colors go well together. We'll see. I should use like a lighter nude. Brown and burgundy. Maybe I'll show you guys the whip design. Probably not gonna use premix this to see a little bit of top coat. And I'm happy. Well, let me go ahead and not take my own advice and mess with this a little bit more. The brushes are so important, just right through. Oh my god! That's a good feeling when you hit that nice brush stroke and it just everything blends so well. As earlier I was gonna try this style in the brown, and now you just updated for me. Can't wait to try it. Hey, nice. I'm having trouble with my liners that were they aren't clearing right. I don't think the polish is too thick. Any suggestions? Amanda, can you message either me on Instagram or the website? The curing process. One thing we have to make sure is that what kind of lamp you're using and what wattage it is. Not to say that you're not using the right lamp, Amanda. It can also mean the product may be a defect. Sometimes that happens. You're producing stuff at the factory, but most of the time right now in the industry right now, a lot of products require you to use a specific wattage, a specific lamp to cure the products. UV LED mainly. You might be using an LED only, or not enough wattage for it to cure. But just DM the website or DM me directly, and I'll be able to assist you. Okay? And if it's your product defect, I'll definitely send you another one. We have to troubleshoot it a little bit first. Like I said, nothing's perfect, but I stand behind my products and I make sure everybody's happy. See how I'm starting right in the middle, see that? And I'm just gonna go brush up and down, and I can move left to right, depending on how much blend I want, where I want the dominant blend to be. If I want more of the brown, I just go from left to right. No, my left to right, and boom, I'm happy. So now it's time for the removal process. I like removing with the oval brush better. It's a little bit rounder, you see? We're just gonna do a French line. For some reason, I feel like doing a circle for this one. Ooh, I have a little bit of wrinkling there. Put it in the gel machine wrong. Gotta be careful, guys. I'm like trying to do it too fast. I'm flash curing, have other stuff in the lamp. Is that what happened? And I definitely could have put like a some kind of flower in there. Nice. Or butterfly or a leaf. Play with this design so much, like, you know, anything you remove is going to give you that accent, you know, like abstract. You guys want to see a wood design? Yeah, I can show you that. That's actually a little bit easier though. You don't have to go do all that work. I'm going to use for the wood design, I'll use my I use my wood. I use my nude. I use my wood. I hate the internet. And burgundy. Okay, I do dark first. Use my flat brush. Take a little bit of nude here. While it's still wet, just I have some light dark spots here. Okay, Maddie. Wait. Before I cure that, oop! I made an oopsie. Sorry. I'm going to cure that brown first. Redo. Went too fast. See? Even I make mistakes. So I get caught in 4K. The base layer, definitely. I'm so used to working on top of a already brown surface or like a nude powder. Let's cure this first. One after the other in there. Wood design is actually very easy to do. You gotta have the right brushes and the right products, guys. At the end of the day. So now this is cured. Go ahead and do that again. Isn't that simple? Almost like mahogany wood. Okay. Now, I will now take my oval brush and I'm gonna start removing. this. Put some wood grain in there, you know, give it that authentic look. I'll take a little bit of black gel polish here. Add a little bit of texture in there. Oh, I guess it's a good time to review the new upcoming brushes. These are the long brushes that are upcoming. Still in production. This is the 1020, the Pro Series. That. Then when I matte top coat, it'll do all the work. Of course, what do you have to do matte top coat? The wrinkles, what happen? You use liners. Okay, that means that is either too thick or you're accidentally flash curing it. What I'm doing right now, I'm gonna sample something in and out of that machine. It's like constantly on. It might be flash carrying. So we're gonna go ahead and give this really nice matted look. Let's see what we like more. Shiny and the matted look. Let's see what design. And there's a variety of ways you can do this, guys. It's just, you know, however you want to draw on that wood design. Whatever color you want to do with it. So like we show. Upcoming brush here, guys. This is called Petal Pigment Brush. When this is available, I'll drop it for pigment. This is for petal flowers. I'll show you guys what these are once it's done. I'll be able to show this demo. And look at our little wood design, guys. I like it. Right? Nailed that brush. So use any color combination you want, but I feel like matte is the way to go with designs. So what do you guys think? This is great for fall. Do one nail, just accent, maybe some leaves, maybe like put some leaf accent, some gold in here, or another nail, put some leaves or something like that. I think that'd be really cute. But I just wanted to show you guys, and also let you guys know that the brushes are restocked. For those of you guys that have been waiting for the Ombre flat, they're back in stock. For all my students that missed, they couldn't get them for class. Also the Oval 3D. Best to get them now. A little bit of a sale here. And these are going to be the new generation of brushes. I have made a lot of changes to the brushes. Definitely a little more better quality, firmer for definitely vertical ombres. And that's that. Thank you guys for joining me. So this is a quick video for the restock, and then we'll move forward to the showing you the other brushes once they become in production. It's been a long time since I've done a live, but today we did pretty much the vertical ombres. Okay, this one is from the Ombre Brush, and this one is from the flat brush. As you can see, the Ombre Brush is going to have a little bit more of the grainy look, but the flat brush definitely has more transition, and we use the same brushes to do the this side. Nice. Alright guys, I'll catch you guys later when I run off. I gotta do some content, and I'll see you guys in a little bit.